All right, this next one we're gonna do is a crab series. So how this whole thing works is we're gonna start down on the ground and our fingers are going to be behind our body. And position it such that your hands are almost directly underneath your shoulders, okay? So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna activate certain muscles and we're also going to get some big articulation and ranges of motion. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna start talking about what's gonna turn body parts on to get our hips off the floor. So go ahead and lift your hips up towards the ceiling. As you're doing this, I want you to imagine you're holding a ball between your knees the entire time, all right? Drop back down. So we're obviously working the posterior part of our body, get the hips up. So we're turning these guys on. And in order to turn those guys on, the front part of our body has to turn off. So the higher we lift our hips, the more firing we get here, the more relaxing we get, more relaxation we get in the front part of our body. Because when we sit down a long time, that front part of our body, that hip flexor area gets really tight from sitting down, and so does that lateral part of our body. So by squeezing that imaginary ball, we're turning on the posterior part and the medial part of our body to offset that counter effect of sitting down too long. So we're trying to counter that by doing the opposite movement. So that's the lower body. You can go ahead and relax. So then when it comes to what's going on in the upper body, still doing all that sort of thing. But now as we do this, I want you to really think about pushing up off your arms as you raise up out of hips. Go ahead and go up. So as you press away, you should feel your chest open and stretch. And now to add to that effect, again, we're offsetting this kind of position from sitting too long, you want to screw your shoulders into the floor to open up your chest. So that would mean your left hand is turning counterclockwise and your right one is turning clockwise. Now lower back down and repeat. Your head staying over top of your shoulders like normal, but again, push your body away and screw your shoulders into the floor to open up, right? So now relax for a second. Now let's tie both of those together and make this a full body deal. So we're going to squeeze that imaginary ball. You're going to screw your shoulders to the floor to open up the chest and go to as much height as you possibly can out of your hips and out of your shoulders. Lower yourself down and repeat. So again, keep that imaginary ball from dropping so we get that medial part of our body working in the posterior part of your body. Screw your shoulders into the floor to open up your chest as much as you possibly can and keep your head just in that nice normal positioning the whole time. There you go. Go ahead and relax. How's that feel?
Good. I feel it in my just activate your posterior chain immediately.
Yeah, for sure. And the great part about it is you have to activate one side, and then as that's activating, the other side pretty much has to relax. So you're kind of getting this agonist antagonist thing to help us move. So, but also you're getting some strength component because you got to fire those guys. So it's
Big
working
time.
everything. So you're good.